What's up, gang? Case here with our in-gym strength work for Friday, December 4th. We've got 3 sets of 12 reps front rack lunge, as well as tall kneeling strict press. That's per side. We did 10 reps each set last week, so we're bumping it up 2 reps per set. So the goal this week is to use the same weight as last week, just getting more reps each set. On that front rack lunge, make sure you've got your setup down first. Give me a good clean to the top, and then we can either go full finger grip if we can get those elbows high. If we can't get that upper arm parallel to the ground, then we can go 2 finger grip, and that'll help us get into that front rack a bit easier. From there, before we start our lunges, I want you to squeeze your belly tight. That should bring those ribs down. Watch out, sometimes that drops the elbows too. So once we squeeze our belly tight, recheck those elbows. We're going to step back until this front knee is almost at a 90-degree angle. So make sure that you're not stepping too narrow and leaving that lean on the front knee. So step back, you get that vertical shin in the front, check those ribs again while you're warming up, making sure that belly's squeezed tight, and then try to drive through that front leg as much as you can to get back to the top. You will have some assistance pushing off that back leg, but I want you to get as much as you can out of that front leg as you stand. You'll go 12 on one side, 12 on the other side. You should still have a rep or two left in the tank. So if you nail the load on the first set and you're able to keep that throughout, then great. If you hit that first set and you feel like you had more reps left in the tank, then move up a little bit. If you feel like you barely got through the set and form was starting to degrade, then go ahead and drop back a bit before that second set. Resting at least a minute before you kick off your first set of tall kneeling strict press. I want you to do a test for me on this tall kneeling strict press today. So after you find your setup, knees a little wider than your hips, toes touching together in the back, shoelaces on the ground. Practice a few of these reps with no weight and see how much tighter you're able to hold your butt and your belly. So get that lockdown position, press overhead, stretching that shoulder back, reaching as high as you can. And what you'll probably notice is when you've got no weight, this midline is a lot easier to hold versus when you grab weight. So once you grab weight and get to that overhead position, this is going to be the hardest part of holding that belly, squeezing that butt, because now your body is having to compensate for that load overhead. Also, your brain's having to do some more work. So a lot of times you're not able to engage as hard. So that's one of the reasons why we do this movement off of our feet, is to teach you to engage your butt and to engage your belly. So if you go too heavy, if your form starts to break, then you're not getting the stimulus out of the movement that you actually need. So test it with no weight. See how tight you can hold, and then try to keep a similar tension. If you start to feel that you're losing it, that means that you're going a bit too heavy. 12 on one side. As you finish, that fist should be right over. I'll go from this side so you can see. That fist should be right over top of the ear. So make sure we're not out in front. We're not leaning back. And then also get every centimeter of range out of that shoulder as you can. You're trying to open up this range of motion as well in the shoulder. Same thing on those. You should have a couple reps left in the tank at the end of each set. So if you bite off more than you can chew, adjust weight. If you feel like you've got way more left in the tank, adjust weight as well. That's going to be it for our strength work today. We'll see you back soon for our Metcon.